Well, Tony, thank you ever so much for taking time out of, I know you've a very busy schedule, to be with us today on this beautiful day at Leeds Bradford Airport. I've heard you speak the last couple of months on two occasions, and your enthusiasm is a great motivator. But you've got some wonderful plans for the airport, Tony, haven't you? Can you share those with us?
Well, first of all, of course I can, but my passion comes because I'm really, although a Lancastrian, I'm a Yorkshireman at heart. Having lived in Leeds now for just over 8 years, this fantastic city, this great county of ours, it really is somewhere that I've come to love and to actually enjoy working in. So it's fantastic to be now a director of Leeds Bradford Airport, one of the fastest growing airports in the UK, flying to over 70 direct destinations across 23 countries. The world is really on the doorstep for everybody who now lives in Yorkshire.
That's wonderful, Tony, and I mean the plans for the expansion here as well. I think you've got approval and you're sort of planning to 2030, is it 7 million people?
That's right, over the next 15 years we anticipate a significant increase in air demand, and of course Leeds Bradford in the centre of Yorkshire here will be looking to satisfy both business and leisure, and of course the growth of inbound traffic for inbound visitors to this fantastic region. And as a result of that, there'll be more services, more airlines, more frequencies, delivering more traffic and of course more jobs to the city region.
That's got to be absolutely great. I mean, here we are, it's a Tuesday afternoon and people everywhere. It's a hive of activity, and it must be like this now most of the time.
Well, over the summer period, we're actually carrying over 2 million passengers over the summer. We're breaking a record this year with 3.5 million passengers that will come through the terminal. And of course, we're looking to develop the terminal infrastructure. We'll be expanding our terminal over the next 5 or 6 years. We'll be looking at developing an innovation economic hub very close to the airport. Of course, improving our surface access is a critical part of our growth, and we believe the development and introduction of a parkway station, literally a mile from the airport, will help to transform the way that people gain access to this airport.
Tony, that would be great, because obviously my railway background, I mean railways are to me now the answer. The A65, the road is so busy in the morning, so if we can get people off the road and on the rail, and this is looking promising?
Well, it's promising because I think everybody in the Leeds City region understands that traffic and congestion is something we have to solve, and therefore we need to get passengers to and from the airport as quickly as possible. And therefore, by taking people off the road and onto rail, we believe it's the speediest, the fastest, the most convenient and the most cost-effective way of helping to solve Leeds traffic issues.
Brilliant. And of course, I believe you mentioned that the service will obviously go into Leeds, but also you're looking at a direct service to Bradford as well, via Leeds.
Of course, Leeds Bradford is not just servicing Leeds, we're servicing the whole region, and that covers York to the northeast, Harrogate to the north, Leeds to the south, and of course across to Bradford itself, and of course down to Wakefield. And that can all be delivered if we deliver this parkway station. We can then use the electrified rail line between Leeds and Harrogate, providing direct services to all of those locations, meaning that people can get to the airport quickly, easily and conveniently, rather than having to fly outside of Yorkshire and flying from other international airports.
Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, access is the main thing, isn't it? But I think, I remember you saying that outside London, in the north, the east of the country, isn't Leeds Bradford now the prominent airport?
Well, the Department of Transport has said that by 2030 we have the potential to be the largest airport east of the Pennines, stretching from Scotland down to London. With the great strength of our economic hub here, with the great strength of the regional businesses, and of course the fact that most Yorkshire people love to travel, and of course importantly people love to come to Yorkshire as well. We're very, very confident with our great customer service, with our terminal enhancements, and they've dramatically improved over the last few years. Alongside the improvements to our transport service access, we're on the road to some great things over the next decade. And as a result of that, we're very confident that Leeds Bradford Airport will be one of the stars of the next decade.
And you've just said there, it's interesting, it's not a question of just getting people out of Yorkshire for their holidays and business, it's actually bringing people in as well, isn't it, into Yorkshire. Tourists and business people being able to get into the city, Leeds being, after London, the second financial centre in the country. It's so important, isn't it, that there's the business side and the leisure side.
It is. I tour the world trying to encourage airlines to fly into Leeds Bradford Airport, and I sell them the region, I sell Yorkshire, I sell the cities, because in the end that's what it's all about. It's encouraging people to visit this region when actually perhaps it's not been on their radar before. Visiting York, that culture historic centre, coming to Leeds with that great opportunity both from a culture and from a shopping perspective, to visit Harrogate, which is only literally half an hour's journey away, and of course the beautiful Yorkshire countryside on our doorstep. Most other airports would actually wish to have the same wonderful surroundings in which to be based in. We believe that we're very confident that we're going to succeed in our growth moving forward, and of course we're going to work with all of our partners in Yorkshire to make that a possibility.
Wonderful, Tony. A saying that my business partner once gave me is enthusiasm is the greatest motivator. You've certainly got the enthusiasm, and I'm sure you'll be motivating everybody in the region to support Leeds Bradford Airport. Thank you ever so much for coming on the documentary today, and I wish you all the best for
It's a great pleasure, and I wish you and Yorkshire continued success. And of course we want more people than ever before to fly from Yorkshire's Gateway Airport, Leeds Bradford.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tony.
Pleasure.